Good evening. Welcome to .programming.blogspot.com. Today, I will show you how to bind country, state, and city using SQL DataSource control. So, first of all, design a country, state, and city table uh, using Server Explorer of the Visual Studio. So, country ID, that is integer type and automatically incremented, and the country name is variable type character with the 50 size. Similarly, in the state table, the reference of the country table is assigned, and in the city table, the state table assigned as a reference. Okay, this is the simple task in Visual Studio to design a database. Okay, now show data. Put some country name in it, like US, UK. So we have a two country in the list, that is US and UK. The second table is state table. The reference of the first table, that is country table, put in this table, that is country ID. So in which table we have three columns: first state ID, second state name, and the third is country ID. Okay, that's type of previous table, and state ID is automatically incremented by 1. Update database. For create a table. Now assign some value, or you can say add some tuples. So state name is USA state 1 and country ID is 1 because US, and US state 2, country is also 1. UK state 1 and UK state 2, country ID is 2 because the UK state, and UK state 2, country ID is 2. Yeah, that's fine. Now comes to the city part. Add new table. City table, in which table we have three columns: city ID, city name, and state ID, and that table is connected to the state table by using the state ID. City ID, city name, and state ID. Okay, and city ID is automatically incremented by 1. Okay, update database. Now put some records in city table. The city name of the US state, and city is 1. US state 1, city 1. The state ID is 1. You can check it. The US state 1 and the state ID is 1. US state 1, city 2. Okay, US state 2, city 1, city 2, and in the US state 2 the city is 1, US state 2, city is 2, US state 2, the state ID is 2, so put it here, state ID 2 2. Similarly for the UK states, if you have UK states, so UK state 1, the city 1, the ID is 3. First of all check it, the ID is 3. Oops, ID is 5. And the UK state 1, city 2, the ID is 3. Okay, that's fine. UK state 1 2 and city 1, ID is 4. UK state 2 and city 2, the state ID is 4. Okay, now we have 3 tables with some data, and I want to populate using DropdownList and SqL DataSource control. Okay, so add a web form to populate 3 drop-down lists: city, state and table, country, state and city. Okay, so add 3 drop-down lists on a page and bind each from the drop-down list with the SqL DataSource control. When populate 1, that is on your page load, and when we select any country, or you can say country, that state will display in second drop-down list. Similarly, when we select any state, that respective state city will display in third drop-down list. So drop-down list here. By using the show smart tag, first to select, the option is select. Also use the append data bound of the drop down list property. Copy and paste it here and paste it here. Okay, now auto post back, choose data source, auto post back true. Okay, that's no need to actually auto post for the auto post back. Choose data source, new data source. Actually that table is bind with the country table, so bind this drop down with the country table without any where clause. All the country name will display in the first drop down list, so do not use the where clause and the advanced tabs. Simple bind it with the SqL DataSource control. Test query and finish it. In the text we have country name and the value in the country ID. Okay, with the second drop down list, auto post back and select the new data source with the where clause. I want to get only state which is selected country. So use the where clause and set the country ID, the control, that is drop down list 1, add it. Okay, next test query and finish it. Similarly for the third drop down list, in the text we have state ID and state name, and the value is state ID, and the last one is city table. Also we have a state ID, select where clause, yeah, that's fine. Finish it. City name and city ID. Okay, that's fine. So we have three SQL data source control and three drop down list. Now run this your page in any browser. It will take a few seconds to load your application in browser, so wait for a few seconds. uh, Populate drop down list, yeah, the input string was not in correct format. Oh, the value field is not appended with the text field. So edit item, the select, and the value is select not, so 0, put it here. Okay, similarly for the second, remove select and 0, because in the value field we have an integer, that is country ID, not in the string value. Save this and right click on it and save your page, and again refresh your page, or you can say run it again. Yeah, properly running. US and UK, select, yeah, US1 and US2 is also there, US2